So here is Twixx. It's a 2013 Lagoon 39. New listing with the multi-hull company. She is in pristine condition. She is hull number 1, and she was at the boat show at Lagoon in 2015. The graphics are quite pretty, and they're on the external side and inside the hulls. And obviously can remove it if you prefer not to have it. Yeah, they go all the way back to the stern. This boat is in pristine condition. This couple has taken care of her extremely well. Not for sale in U.S. waters, to U.S. residents while in U.S. waters. Hi, good afternoon. This is George Ottoni with the Multi-Hull Company, and I'm going to be showing you a listing that I'm very proud of. It's this pristine 2013 Lagoon 39. Actually, it was titled in June of 2015, so it's not even 3 years in use. I will do a walkthrough outside first, and you'll see the quality of all the equipment that they have installed. Okay, let's go do it. Okay, so let's start here with the dinghy. It's also 3 years new. It's a 9.5 foot Hyphalon. Has a 9.9 4-stroke horsepower outboard. Here you have an interesting array of antennas, which I'll get into detail later. 3 solar panels, and the cockpit cushions have been kept beautifully new because they cover it. They look brand new. There's no suntan oil stains. There's nothing. It's like it's from day one. Let's go here to the helm. Nice suite of marine electronics, anchor counter. Of course, you get great visibility here. There's an electric winch, and then your normal set of winches for the code 0 and the parasailer. Everything in very nice condition. The chrome is shiny. It looks like a new boat. Here's a nice touch of how these people are so particular about their boat. They made a custom stainless steel gutter so that the chain would not leave rust or any dirt on the fiberglass. They installed slightly larger wooden seats. And here you have the furling jib, which is self-tacking up there on the coach roof. They added the ladder. And here the rig for the parasailer. Just a beautiful boat throughout, and the listing is very extensive of all the options that they have added, which you'll see in the listing. Okay, so before I go into the saloon, I'd like to point out here, right next to the helm wall, are 2 controls for the engine room extinguishers, right there. So you would break this panel and pull in case of an emergency. Okay, so now you're going to get an idea of how neat this couple is. It's like a new boat. I can't say it any differently. Everything shines. Everything stays. So it's like they're getting out of sailing, and literally everything stays. Coffee maker, water heater, spice rack, baskets. Here you have a nice suite of electronics, nice size chart plotter for the helm station, VHF radio, handheld VHF, the laptop stays. That over there is a GPS mouse connected to the laptop, so it gives the laptop GPS capability. Here are the controls for the saloon, for the heaters. They have these nice little IKEA boxes to store AC adapters. So everything is out of the way, no clutter, so neat. This is how they live they live aboard. It looks like you're looking at a boat at the boat show. Deep freezer, EPIRB, a plaque for their participation in the ARC, fire extinguishers, just a beautifully clean boat. This is an interesting feature in this boat. This rectangle seat was actually over there. So you have this insert that you can extend the seat. Now you have two people sitting at the helm station comfortably or at the table. And it's also a nice tucked away storage. So just before I go down the starboard hull, as I was saying, everything stays, even the binoculars. And as we go down, we have a filing system, desk, the walkie-talkies stay, all these pilot books stay, printer. Everything is so pretty, organized. As you know, you have the privacy door that slides. Over here, as I showed in the other video, is the control for the heating system and the generator, inverter. And here, the ensuite head and shower. Which of course you know, and my point is how all the chrome is looking beautiful. You know. Everything is so clean. On the port wall of this engine room is the water heater, the diesel water heater for this hull and half of the saloon. And you see the valves for the hoses that take the hot water in a closed circuit. This system actually has fill bottles, kind of like the radiator for a car, and those fill bottles are in the compartment at the bow. Over here you see the hot water system. These hoses are pulling heat out of the engine exhaust for providing hot bath water. And now pulling out here, you will see how clean this engine room is. Here you have the extinguishing system. He was telling me he painted the air filter casing here because it had a little bit of rust, so he painted it silver. But just a very clean engine room. And both are the same, of course. Okay, so explaining this very sophisticated heating system, here's the manual. And it's made by Ebespache. And here in the cabin, I'm in the owner's hull right now. You have these two controls, which you can set temperatures here, turn on the system, and then over here at the desk, there are two controls. Simply because this could also be a fore cabin, right? So the control on the left is for the aft part of this owner's hull. The control on the right is for the desk area and forward. The little buttons here are for fan speed. So you have two fans, two heat exchangers, and you can also control temperatures here. So similar to this, there are also two controls in the saloon where I described in the other video, well, I will describe in the other video, that there are two heat exchangers in the saloon which can be controlled there. And the starboard hull, which has two cabins, will have two controls as well. So that is the heating system. It's a diesel heating system that heats water, pumps water throughout the boat, and controlled by these controls. Okay, so we're here in the saloon now to look at the heat exchanger of the diesel heater. So in the port hull, there's a heater in the engine room which pumps hot water to this heat exchanger, just like a radiator. And then you have two fans blowing hot air, or blowing the air through the hot coil into the saloon. And same thing on the starboard side. You have a heater in the starboard engine room, which pumps hot water to that hull and to the starboard side of the saloon. Continuing here on the port hull, this is interesting. So you have your swim ladder, which you flip down, but there's also this innovative emergency ladder that you pull that ring, and out comes like a rope ladder for you to climb in case you can't reach for the latches to move down the regular swim ladder. Okay, so above the davits we have 3 solar panels, 135 watts each one, so that's a total of 405 watts. And then they added this custom rail for antennas. So here, this white vertical one is your Wi-Fi extender. This little one here, which they never used, it's for the single sideband radio, but it's a receiver only, and thus this short antenna. Now, this antenna is for the Iridium Go, and this one is a secondary for VHF and also for receiving charts. And then you have 2 charming solar-powered LED lights at each end. Like I said, they're getting out of sailing, so they're leaving 2 inflatable life jackets with the safety lines for the jack lines and 2 personal e-berths. So now let's focus on the enclosure. So you have all around the cockpit a full enclosure with isinglass. Oh, I forgot to mention there's actually a rear view camera for docking. So you have this full enclosure. It goes all around. And then there's a piece that goes up to the bimini. And you have a fully enclosed bimini on all sides. Totally protective from the elements while you're at the helm or in the cockpit. And that is Twixx. A beautiful boat. You will be impressed. Ah, yes, something else. Hull number 1, and not many of them, came with 2 side stays. That's worth showing. And the condition is excellent.